Most of us walk through life with a comforting assumption. We believe we are the masters of our own minds, weighing facts, considering options, and making highly rational choices every single day. But think about the last time you were in a heated argument. The words flew out of your mouth, cutting deep, and the instant they landed, you thought, "Why did I just say that? I don't even mean it." That regret is a biological glitch. Your brain didn't evolve as a single, perfectly logical computer. It was built in layers. Beneath your advanced neocortex, responsible for logic, sits a deeply nested, ancient emotional engine, the limbic system. There's a massive processing discrepancy. The limbic system reacts to stimuli in milliseconds. Your rational neocortex requires actual seconds to catch up. This biological lag means that by the time you consciously believe you are making a decision, your emotions have already made the call. Logic is often just the passenger, scrambling to justify the route. This biological lag leaves a vacuum in our decision-making, one that is usually filled by an operating system installed during our earliest, most impressionable years. Consider a gambler at a roulette table. He's lost 7 times in a row, his paycheck is gone, and his friends are begging him to leave. But he cannot walk away. He is trapped in a compulsion, repeating a behavior he knows will destroy him. We carry these same repetitions into our adult relationships and careers. Because our childhood survival depended on the approval of others, we developed specific scripts to secure love or safety. Decades later, when the brain feels a shadow of that same childhood stress, it reflexively reaches for those ancient, rigid responses. Our adult personality is largely the sum of these unconscious reactions. We aren't choosing our path. We are merely executing a survival strategy we haven't updated since we were 5 years old. If our internal state is truly this scripted and emotionally chaotic, how do we hold down jobs, make friends, and survive in polite society? We do it by performing. We wear carefully crafted social masks, adapting our tone, mirroring the beliefs of groups, and hiding our true vulnerabilities to conform to what others expect of us. But beneath those polished masks lies something much darker. The Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung called it the shadow. This is the psychological basement where we lock away our repressed, shameful, and socially unacceptable urges. The problem is that keeping those urges buried requires an immense, exhausting amount of psychological energy. The shadow constantly demands to be expressed. When you push something that buoyant deep underwater, the pressure builds. Eventually, your grip slips. This is why the fiercely moralizing politician gets caught in a massive scandal, or the quietest colleague suddenly erupts over a minor mistake. The mask cracks, and the true self shoots to the surface. Denying your darkest impulses does not eliminate them. It merely ensures that the moment you are stressed, exhausted, or vulnerable, they will instantly seize the steering wheel. Now, multiply this dynamic by 8 billion. Imagine a society entirely populated by fractured, shadow-carrying people, all performing for one another while trying to keep their inner chaos hidden. When these masked individuals collide, the dominant results are envy and covetousness. We constantly compare our messy internal reality to the polished outer masks of everyone else. This creates a strange paradox in human desire. We are biologically hardwired to want exactly what is scarce, what is strictly forbidden, or what our peers already possess. Because we look outward to validate our own worth, our interactions become volatile. Society operates as a chaotic collision of blind egos, silently resenting the success of others. This is a harsh reality to accept. We are heavily programmed, deeply emotional, shadow-carrying creatures, navigating an endless sea of social envy. But recognizing this is the only way out. Radical self-awareness is the exact mechanism required to achieve true autonomy. The first step is manufacturing a pause. When you feel that sudden surge of anger or desire, force a physical delay. Take a breath, count to 10. That small gap between stimulus and response is what gives your slow, rational brain the time it needs to catch up to your fast emotional reaction. Second, you have to trace your destructive patterns back to their source. Instead of blaming a bad day or an irritating coworker, Look for the invisible childhood script you're reflexively acting out. Finally, you must integrate your shadow. Rather than hiding your aggressive or selfish traits in shame, acknowledge them. You can channel those raw, dark energies strategically, turning aggression into ambition, or using your stubbornness to enforce healthy boundaries. Genuine influence belongs to the few who unmask and master the primal forces running the human machine, within themselves and within everyone they meet.